welcome to Wrestling Mom's Basement. This is the weekly review of Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, and NXT for the week of May 7th. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This guy to my right is to wish you all a happy Mother's Day, Joe Venuta.
Thank you. But we do have a few mothers that we know that do wash.
Yes.
Hi, Nicole. She was always like a mother to me. I was thinking of her as a third mom.
Even though I think she's like 2 or 3 years younger than us.
A year. She was always like a mother to me.
She's always like a mother.
Yeah.
That boy is a mother.
She's a girl.
Booker doesn't know.
To kick things off.
Booker's often confused.
Booker will be back on London on Monday. To kick things off on Raw, Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman build a treehouse, and Kevin Owens had open a segment.
Yep. I thought it was a good opening promo. I mean, it's the same opening promo. Angle kicks off, and we set up a match for later on the show, but later it was literally just after the commercial break. But still, I actually like the dynamic between Owens and Angle, and then Braun coming in, just pretty much saying he's going to destroy stuff, and then eventually destroy stuff. I thought it was a fine opening promo.
What was Braun saying about treehouse though?
Kids didn't invite them up to their tree houses, so one day he just pushed over the tree house with them in it.
Braun's feuding with tree houses.
Yeah.
Lashley's feuding with his sisters.
Braun hates tree houses.
And Lashley's feuding with his sisters.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Actually, I forgot to play in the review.
It's probably better if we don't.
And the open segments are kind of becoming tiresome, though. It's a wonder that management not figure out a new, fresh way to present the show. They interrupt the open promo, which is their cliched one, though, leading to a match. Very unpredictable. It's amazing people are about to tune in for that. At least it should set up a strong match. Braun Strowman defeats Kevin Owens to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good match. I'm not sure if I would have had Braun Strowman get the qualifier on Kevin Owens. Just because...
No, you said that as
he literally beat Owens last night.
No, you said that as a Braun shouldn't be... You won't put Braun in the match at all?
I would put Braun in the match
okay,
because you don't really have a single suit for him.
But a different opponent.
But I would do a different qualifier because Owens literally just took a loss to Braun Strowman
right.
the night before.
Okay.
However, the match was pretty good.
Yeah, and the weeks of watching Braun work one-side squash matches, it was nice to see him back in a hot league contestant bout. What was even nice to know was the fact that Owens was presented as a very real threat to Braun's win streak. It's been so long that since fans have been reminded how good Owens is when he's a big room with authority figures, and so that was refreshing to see him hang with a legitimate main man. Hopefully this is going to start making good things back on the roll for Owens. And the jump off point for Strowman's Money in the Bank run. Up next, Baron Corbin and the Revival defeated No Way Jose, Apollo Crews, and Tyson.
The good thing about this is the Revival got a pinfall win. Corbin got the pinfall, but they got a pinfall victory over somebody on the main roster. That's pretty much what I could take away positively from it. It's probably the only thing I can actually take away from it, to be honest. The match was kind of forgettable. I actually forgot about this match, to be honest. And I literally remember trying to look for F the Revival GIF to set up a tweet I was about ready to do when I was sure they were lost, but they actually didn't lose. So maybe if I keep on trying to find GIFs of F the Revival, they'll keep on winning, and who knows, maybe that'll get them a push.
This was the strangest collection of talent in one ring in quite a while. But that said, it was entertaining enough. All 6 superstars are alumni of NXT. So, and their chemistry was decent enough. Core pick up the win was essential. If he's to thrive whenever his push ignites. Everyone else, though, like it or not, has a definite limit on their success at this point in their runs. Next, Ember Moon defeated Ruby Riott and Sasha Banks to qualify for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
I thought this match was a really good match. It actually might have been my favorite match on Raw, which is saying a lot. Often I don't say about that on the Women of Raw side. There's only been a handful I can probably count, and that's the one that comes to mind is because we were there is Asuka and Sasha.
Yeah.
But I thought that this one was definitely a match of the night. It was a very good match. I thought all three girls shined pretty bright.
Yeah, it was a fun, high-energy match, and it gave Ember a huge win, while throwing only going rivalry between Bayley, Sasha, and the Riott Squad. This time, the rivalry between the two teams cost both of them an opportunity to earn a championship match anytime they please. That's a huge blow, and that's the direct result of their feud. It's time for them to finish things, presumably Money in the Bank between those five. Ember can and should be a huge star on Monday nights.
Yeah.
This is a great way to take off her potential push. Up next, Jinder Mahal defeated Chad Gable.
So the last time this rematch from this happened 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And I thought that one was actually a strangely solid match from Jinder Mahal, and kind of gave me false confidence of what would lie ahead for the Gross Royal Rumble. But for this one, they showed great chemistry like they did before. I just wish it went a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it helped me appreciate Jinder just a little bit more, or maybe even Gable a lot more, because he's one of the few people that can pull out a good match with Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
But overall, it's not like I didn't expect it to happen.
These two do have some fun chemistry between the ropes. Jinder as the overwhelming villain, and Gable is the gutsy babyface, keeping him off guard for the contest formula that works well. This time, Jinder scored a win to help build some momentum after weeks of losing. While someone says Gable should have gone over, he works well as an underdog, capable of being anyone on any night. Yeah. Jinder needed to win more, and now he can figure prominently into the build to the Money Back pay-per-view. After that, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre defeated Heath Slater and Rhino.
Dolph and Drew are continually showing why they're probably one of my favorite parts of Raw each week. Drew literally just feels different than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And Dolph seems like invigorated by just being paired with Drew. So we're getting a motivated Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, who, again, just feels different than anybody else. If he wasn't paired up with Dolph, I would actually put Drew on the short list and say he can be one of Brock's opponents. Just because I think, legitimately, he might be able to stand up, because he does look that badass.
Yeah. Dolph and Drew are in the midst of a considerable push, and they're making the most of it. Delivering their weekly performances that are intense and convincing. This one was relatively one-sided and sparked the dominance of Drew. At one point, Michael Cole was telling the story of Dolph feeling stagnant and hoping Drew will spark his return of relevance. That may be far closer to reality than storyline, as Dolph already feels fresher and more interesting than he has in a year.
Yeah.
Another great show from an intriguing new team. Up next, Bobby Roode defeated Elias.
I thought this match was okay. I thought that out of the series they've had on Raw, that this one was the worst one of the three. It was fine for what it was. It just, for some reason, didn't click as well as the other two did. And I get the idea of getting Bobby a win, but also I think Elias, there can be a case made for Elias actually just winning out on Roode. Yeah, Bobby Wood probably does need a win, but so does Elias, in fact. And the need for Elias is great because he's one of the three top heels on Raw, in my opinion. But overall, the match is fine.
Can this be the end of the program for Nelda? Bobby and Elias have worked each other since the Superstar Shake-Up. And while there's nothing inherently wrong with their in-ring work, it's a match that's been overexposed in the last match. Yeah. Bobby got his big win. He silenced the big mouth heel. And it was right with the world. It's time to move on for both guys. Up next, Seth Rollins retained the Intercontinental Championship, defeating Mojo Rawley in an open challenge.
It seems to be the pattern of face main eventer going for the mid-card title, wins the mid-card title, and just starts doing open challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And my response to that is whatever works. It's probably Mojo's best match I've seen of his one-on-one.
Yeah.
A pretty good match. I probably would put it second to the women's triple threat for their Money in the Bank qualifier. But still, a rather entertaining match, considering there's Mojo in there.
For me, Seth's the best wrestler in old WWE right now. That may be a low statement with this loaded roster, but every week his work speaks for itself. Here he took Mojo and delivered a strong, highly contested match that told a story and kept the crowd on its feet for near falls. It was firm proof of Seth's greatness and, dare I say, Mojo's role and tap potential in the heel run. Without an obvious path to Money in the Bank, Seth, a weekly open challenge is far from the worst idea to maintain his momentum. Because Seth will always say he doesn't care about the Money in the Bank this time around.
He sort of said, been there, did that.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So he might not even be on the Money in the Bank card. It might be his turn to take time off.
If so, he can have an open challenge against somebody and throw in since they're going to be in town, somebody from the NXT roster.
Oh yeah, no, all I meant is, I don't think they're going to be using the championships on every single pay-per-view, because that would still have it.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Like on this on Backlash, the tag team championships were on the card.
Yeah.
And the Universal, but that's not going to be on any card at this point. Up next, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy defeated Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel.
A fine match, but they don't really seem to have a next chapter to the Wyatt Hardy feud to me. Maybe they're trying to set up another team for it. I don't know, but right now they don't seem like they have a next step for it.
I have other concerns than just that. I thought in the match that Matt and Bray were not as clearly as good and polished as a duo than Bo and Axel were. That's all I was more concerned with. Yes, you had to give them the benefit of the doubt, given the fact they have not been partnered for a certain period of time. In the same breath, it's difficult to give them pace considering they were given a tag title run so early in their partnership with no real proof that will pan out to be a success. They've not been particularly impressive at this point, believe it or not. Though they are working on the double team maneuver, so I'll hopefully make them a more cohesive team as the weeks months pass. Bo and Axel may not be a flashy team, but they're certainly better than their basement dwelling spot on the tag team roster, we'll suggest on Raw. So, they just need a winner to build momentum for themselves. And in the main event, Finn Balor defeated Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn to advance to the men's Money in the Bank match.
And I would like to give a special thank you to Jinder Mahal for not having Roman Reigns qualify for the Money in the Bank case. I'm actually happy. I'm very happy Finn won. I thought he was the right idea out of the three, and again, thank God it's not Roman Reigns.
Damn, Finn's so confused. Good-looking white guys with six packs confused. Unbelievable.
I know.
First, talking about the big story about Mike WWE had finally found the one superstar fans that actually cheer Roman over in Jinder.
No.
Okay.
We'll just boo-boo.
Okay. It remains to be seen, but the tease of the rivalry between them is a welcome one, I will say.
Yeah.
A feud for Jinder and Roman is a welcome one for them. The tease of the rivalry, yes. Because it's a relatively fresh match. In a day and age where WWE tends to deliver far too many rematches. Can't deny that. Okay?
Yeah, but I don't think it's a fresh match anybody wants to see.
I don't know why does. And Finn go over for the spot in the ladder match is probably for the best given his previous performances in the gimmick match while Sammy appears to be on collision course with his buddy Kevin Owens. If the recent book is any indication at this point. But it looks like Owens was the one that was turning face on Sammy. On Monday, yeah. SmackDown Live tipped off Page's promo titled the Money in the Bank matches. It really just started off with a match. The Miz defeated Jeff Hardy to qualify for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
In my match the other night, too, for SmackDown.
Yes.
It was a very good match. It is sort of a strange choice that you don't have Jeff Hardy in a ladder match. I'm not sure if there's legal precedent for it, but Miz in the Money in the Bank is not a bad thing, and who knows, Miz actually might be my dark horse pick to win the Money in the Bank. Yeah,
it was like a 25-minute match. Jeff looked especially great here, I think.
Yeah.
It was a lengthy, heartful match. Some good burst of action. The Miz win was the right choice, I think, for the ladder match. Jeff can focus on the U.S. title, like Seth's doing for their College Championship role, while Miz takes his rightful place in the WWE title picture. Because honestly, not that Jeff don't have a rightful place here, but Jeff don't need to be in the Money in the Bank match to become main eventer.
That's true, yeah.
Neither does Miz, with the Money in the Bank gimmick works for Miz. Miz's crankiness is going to make for an interesting element in the Money in the Bank match. Up next, Charlotte Flair defeated Peyton Royce to qualify for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
A pretty solid women's match to me. There were spots where they were just a step off of each other. However, I do sort of sense chemistry from the two. I mean, I even tweet about it if you follow me. Links down at the bottom. Me, him, the Pat Young 215, Joe Bonita 215. But I do sense all chemistry there. I think if you give them a few more matches, they'll start clicking, and then they'll come off with really, really hot matches.
I thought the promo beforehand was a little forgettable from the Iconics, considering their recent material. That I'm not going to lie about.
Yeah.
Billy and Peyton, it's solid character work, and the script for this one was kind of lackluster. The dramatic near falls added to the decent match, because I did think there was a point where Peyton might pulled out the win. When the ref got hit and Billy guillotined Charlotte with a spin kick. I really thought they were going
I thought that was going to happen too.
And Peyton pumped her knees at the counter. The moonsault was the only spot. However.
Yeah.
I was going to fly out say it. Charlotte's victory is no surprise. WWE hasn't made an iconic. There's too much of it for it at this point. Up next, Cesaro defeated Xavier Woods.
I thought it was a pretty good match. Xavier Woods, I've shown a little bit of toughness because I actually heard that he punctured a hole in his tongue.
He uppercut his tongue.
With Cesaro's Swiss staff.
Two holes.
Two holes?
Yeah.
I just thought it was one.
Yeah,
but other than that, I thought it was a pretty solid match. If they are planning to break a New Day, I think all three guys will be perfectly fine this season as well.
Yeah.
It may take them a little bit just because you don't have those two other people around you to play off of, but I think they can all at least make a good dent on whatever they go after.
Yeah. Xavier pulled his second consecutive strong SmackDown outing. He continues to prove he's one of the most talented guys.
One bit, I have to blow my nose. He's allergies.
He continues to prove he's one of the brand's most talented guys on the roster. The rivalry between the teams has been silly fun and worth a few chuckles. And next week on SmackDown is the piggyback off of what Pat said about teams breaking up. It's the Bar versus the New Day in a tag team match. The winning team has to choose one member to qualify for the Money in the Bank, and that's where I think one of the teams start splitting up from.
I'm back.
Does that sound about right?
Yes.
The winning team starts to split up from there. Up next, I'll just put these together. It's just right now where AJ Styles had backstage promos to further their feud.
I thought both of them were pretty good. AJ showed the fire like he usually does in his promos, and Nakamura got to expand a little bit more of why he's a heel, or more heelish tactics, I should say. Where Renee literally calls out Nakamura for knowing English and then suddenly not knowing English, and Nakamura pretty much the response was, "I forgot."
Sully Shinsuke's world's more entertaining.
Yeah.
He's playful and funny as a heel. The character shifts don't work for him. AJ was fine on Mike as usual. It didn't do much to actually advance the feud. It was pretty much to remind the audience of his existence.
Yes.
Up next, Mandy Rose defeated Becky Lynch.
Mandy with a new entrance that the theme song kind of sounded like the soundtrack you'd hear on a porn. Yeah, I said a porn, deal with it. However, I thought that what she did was solid enough. Definitely not the worst woman's performance we've seen this week. But there's still room for improvement from it.
Yeah.
It was just fine for what it was.
There's some compelling tension growing between Paige and her former disciples. That would
Mostly from Paige's camp too, which is weird.
Yeah. That will create some story opportunities moving forward. As for the match itself, there was more pre-bout oogling from the announcers than the actual action. Mandy got a big window to help kickstart her career. Becky, on the other hand, has become all too familiar with defeat. Something WWE did wisely play up, though.
Yeah.
Becky's trying to bring out a slump is a story with potential. And the main event, Rusev defeated Daniel Bryan to advance to the men's Money in the Bank match.
Which I think caught everybody by surprise.
I thought Rusev was going to win from the moment the balance was announced on Monday night.
No, you didn't.
Didn't you?
No. I don't think anybody did.
Sort of.
No.
Were they going to put Bryan in a ladder match 2 months after his injury? Yeah, I know there's 7 other guys in there, but
yeah.
Really think about it.
But there's ways. I didn't expect them to have Rusev pin him clean.
No.
There's other ways of getting Ryan out of the match, like Miz injuring him, or Big Cass injuring him.
So wait, are you mad at Rusev pin Bryan clean?
I'm not. I was just I was shocked by it.
Right.
I think just about everybody saw that was.
Mm-hmm.
However, on Tuesday was a very happy Rusev day.
Yes.
And the match I thought was very solid as well. It was more or less about the story of Bryan still feeling the effects from Big Cass's beatdown on Backlash.
Bryan's presence makes SmackDown thing NXT feel so much more significant. It makes it easy to invest his battles no matter the opponent. Both had told quite a story without time ring time. Rusev getting the win is a major surprise. Just like Jeff, I obviously don't think Daniel Bryan needs a Money in the Bank briefcase to be put back into the main event scene. The move will put an underappreciated star in position to do something memorable. Bryan, meanwhile, appears poised for an uphill climb to the championship goal, which is a natural story to feature him in.
Exactly.
On 205 Live, the Lucha House Party defeated Gentleman Jack Gallagher and the Brian Kendrick.
I thought the match was pretty good. I'm actually... The only thing I'm not really sure about was the result of the match. I think Kendrick and Gallagher probably should have been over.
Yeah.
They probably just... Lucha House Party probably won this week because next week they're in Gallagher's hometown.
Right.
Or, I'm sorry, not his hometown, his home country, his native country.
And it's 205 Live versus Division.
Yeah, so I'm going to guess that they probably get the win back.
Okay.
But overall, pretty solid match.
Yeah, I do agree with everything there, and next week 205 Live is versus the UK division. Didn't say who versus who, but yeah. And Tony Nese defeated Man.
It's pretty much a squash match.
I don't know why Tony Nese is a heel then.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, that is kind of an odd choice.
Yeah. And the main event, Buddy Murphy beat Mustafa Ali and will get the Cruiserweight Championship shot on May 29th edition of 205 Live.
Yeah. I thought this was definitely the best match on 205 Live. I'd also probably go as far as saying it was probably the best match of the week as well for me.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a very solid match. What you expect from 205 Live nowadays?
Yeah. Even if it hasn't been a show of the week, it's been normally their main event.
Yeah.
205 Live's main event's been the match of the week. This week it was a little tougher because I did have Jeff and Miz and Ciampa and Ono from NXT up there too, but I'm still going to go with this. Murphy pick up one was as a remove. He's going to cruise a championship shot in 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know how May 29th is. 2 weeks from this.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks from this. Come Tuesday, yeah. So, yeah. NXT kicked off. Ricochet and Velveteen Dream have the opening segment.
Just starting the seeds for a future match. More than likely. At TakeOver Chicago. I'm ready for the match.
Yeah, there may not be another match more likely produced a collective scrimmageally from the Internet Wrestle fan base and a showdown between Ricochet and Velveteen Dream. They are favorites of the diehard fan base, and two superstars are likely to deliver when the lights are brightest. Programming that against each other is only logical given the exchanges that in the New Orleans ladder match, but also guarantees a mid-card match and can very well steal the show. A few more weeks of promos in which they tear each other apart should make for entertaining television to be.
Yes.
And that EC3 defeated Raul Mendoza.
For me, it was pretty much more of a squash match. It was pretty much a showcase of EC3, which is perfectly fine.
It was fun watching Raul do a little flirt early, creating the impression that EC3 may take him too lightly. Of course, the highly talented newcomer found his way on the match. But a quick onslaught made for a fresh take on the squash match. EC3 is going to be a big star for NXT.
Oh, yeah.
When and how he gets there is the big question.
My prediction is he's probably Alistair's opponent in Brooklyn.
And that Dakota Kai defeated Vanessa Bourne.
A very solid match from Vanessa Bourne. I'm saying that to her because she's not as known, essentially. I thought she did a solid performance. I also really like Dakota Kai's new finisher.
Yeah.
It's Canadian Destroyer.
It's a reverse backstabber, yeah.
Essentially, yeah. And the match was good enough for me.
The dynamic between Dakota and Shayna is so intriguing. And they're having her arm stomped into bone dust. Pretty much by Shayna.
Pretty much, yeah.
Months ago, Dakota is understandably scared of women's champion. At some point, they'll show that Shayna to fear and confront her bully. And when that time comes, fans will be eager to see Dakota unload on the former mixed martial artist. And Vanessa still has the real ability to be a star in the division. But she needs some more season and consistent in-room work to develop herself to that point.
Yeah, I really did like what they did with Shayna and Dakota. Well.
And the main event, Tommaso Ciampa defeated Cassidy Ohno.
My match of the night for NXT, essentially it felt like a lot like a different but mini version of what Ciampa and Gargano did at TakeOver New Orleans. It was essentially a fight. Ciampa was throwing his forearms away, and Tommaso stopped it all and kneed him in the back of the head. And I'm sorry, I don't remember what his finisher was though.
It was
the finish he used.
Like a faceplate neckbreaker.
Yeah, that's right. His finisher was fine to begin with, but I really did like the feel of Ciampa's matches being completely different. They feel more like a fight. More of a fight than any of Brock Lesnar's matches in the last year.
Yeah.
Which is strange to say coming from a UFC World Heavyweight Champion.
Tommaso's just a joy to watch as a heel because he clearly does not worry about being the coolest bad guy on the roster. He's detestable. Unlikable, old school heel to boot. Morrow.
Yeah.
He is a throwback to a time when getting heat was more important than anything else. Cassie's like always worked hard, but the outcome was never in doubt. And Tommaso's post-match attack was perfectly done, and the heat for him was off the chart.
Yeah. Morrow might be the unsung hero of Tommaso Ciampa's return.
Yeah. Botch of the week. And we're back.
My botch of the week is literally the botch with
Charlotte
and Peyton.
Yeah, that's a
there wasn't really anything incredibly bad. So this week's botch of the week.
A
is
botch
only
move. Yeah. Show of the week.
Show of the week. I do have.
Okay, I got myself.
Alright. 1, 2, 3.
SmackDown.
Overall, I just thought their storyline progression was very solid, and I also thought they had a great series of matches on the show as well.
Yeah, and the flow of the show.
Yeah.
That'll do it for this video. That's another one. All 4 shows are recapped in one video. Thank the Lord.
Yeah. As I accidentally kicked the table.
Up next will be the Hell in a Cell 2013 review, and then after that, my Backlash 2008 review.
Yes.
So see you there.